Hi guys, welcome to chapter 2 MCQ discussion from the chapter acid, bases and salts. So in the theory discussion we completely discussed about what are acid, bases, salts and their reaction, their preparation, everything, right? So here we have to discuss MCQ. As I told you in the previous lectures, previous chapter MCQ discussion, I just told you that the MCQ part we should be we have to practice more. Around 50 questions are waiting for you. While you're doing MCQ question, we can clarify the concepts in this chapter. Okay, let's go for the first question. Question number 1 we have chemical formula of baking soda is. Let's start with a simple question. What is the chemical formula of baking soda? You know that baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate, right? Sodium hydrogen carbonate is known as what? Baking soda. What is the formula? NaHCO3, right? Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Also we call it as what? Sodium bicarbonate. Yes, so what is the answer, my dear? Option C, sodium bicarbonate is baking soda. It is NaHCO3, right? Next question, the order of acetic acid. Acetic acid. What is acetic acid, my dear student? That is CH3COOH. Acetic acid is also called what? Ethanoic acid, right? You know the dilute form is called vinegar, right? So the order of acetic acid resembles that of. It's a direct question, right? It's a simple question. The order of acetic acid is what? Like a vinegar smell. Vinegar smell, right? So C is the answer. Acetic acid is also called what? That vinegar. 5 to 8%, right? Okay. Next question, question number 3. A drop of the question you should read carefully, my dear. A drop of the liquid sample was put on the pH paper. Okay, they're taking a pH paper and the pH paper turns blue. The liquid sample must be off. What is that? The pH paper turns blue. pH paper turns blue. So what is that species? Dear all, lemon juice. Lemon juice is containing citric acid. Lemon juice contains citric acid. So A is acidic. HCl, hydrochloric acid, it's a strong acid. And ethanoic acid is a weak acid. And sodium bicarbonate is the only one what? Basic one. So option C. So my dear student, you may study that pH scale, the pH paper, what is the color change happening there? The dark color, red color, yellow color, these all areas are belongs to acidic part. That a green color part is neutral part and the blue colored part and all what? Basic part. So blue color means pH paper giving blue color, dark violet, which means they are basic in nature. Why sodium bicarbonate is basic? Let me tell you, my dear. Sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. When sodium bicarbonate breaks, what all the ions can form? It it's contain Na plus and HCO3 minus. So sodium bicarbonate when break, you will get sodium ion and bicarbonate ion, that is hydrogen carbonate ion. This hydrogen carbonate, this HCO3 minus, when react with the water, it will form an acid called HCO3 minus and H2O will give you H2CO3 and OH minus. What is H2CO3 is called carbonic acid. Carbonic acid. So it's giving OH minus. So sodium bicarbonate when dissociate in water, it will give OH minus ion. So please note all of you, OH minus ion giving species what we called, they are bases, right? So sodium bicarbonate is what? Basic in nature. This is the reason. So sodium bicarbonate will give you blue color with the pH paper, my dears. Let's go for the question number 4. So all of you energetically watch this session and try to fix the points in your mind. Focus it. Farmers neutralize the effect of acidity. We studied farmers for their cultivation and all. If it is acidic soil, in order to make it a neutral one, they will add base, right? So farmers neutralize the effect of acid on the soil by adding which all? Normally they can use what? Slaked lime. Slaked lime or lime water. We can use the slaked lime or what? Lime water. What is lime water? Calcium hydroxide. Or we can what? Quicklime. What is that? Calcium oxide. So if the soil is already acidic, In order to make it almost neutral, we have to add base. So what is the base they are using? Calcium hydroxide, that is our lime water or slaked lime, or we can use quicklime, that is our calcium oxide. So where it is given, my dear? Yes, option A, slaked lime, that is our lime water, calcium hydroxide is there because they are basic in nature. What about gypsum, caustic soda, baking soda? No. Dear all, what is gypsum? You know, calcium sulfate 2H2O is gypsum. What is caustic soda? What do you mean by caustic soda, my dear? Caustic soda is sodium hydroxide. Okay, sodium hydroxide having the common name, please revise all of you. What is quicklime? What is slaked lime? What is lime water? What is limestone? What is caustic soda? Potash, alum? Well, many things are there. I'll tell you in between. So, sodium bicarbonate, we said that NaHCO3. What it is? That is baking soda. And what is the gypsum? Calcium sulfate 2H2O. What is caustic soda? NaOH. So, here the answer is slaked lime. Question number 5. CuSO4 5H2O. We studied copper sulfate 5H2O. 5H2O is the water of crystallization, right? And this 5H2O is responsible for the color, blue color of copper sulfate, right? So copper sulfate 5H2O, in this compound, the water molecule is called, what is this 5 water molecule we call? Water of crystallization. Do you remember what is the definition of water of crystallization, my dear? Water of crystallization mean it is the fixed number of water molecule which is present with one formula unit of a molecule, right? You may study it. What is washing soda? Washing soda is Na2CO3, sodium carbonate along with what? 10H2O. What is gypsum? Calcium sulfate, its water of crystallization is 2H2O. What is plaster of Paris? Calcium sulfate with a half H2O. Hope you remember all of this. What about copper sulfate? CuSO4 5H2O. These all are the water of crystallization. It's a fixed number of water molecule which is present the formula unit, right? So water of crystallization. And the setting of the plaster of Paris takes place due to, you know, plaster of Paris is actually a powder. When it's contact with the water, it gets solidified. Why? You know, plaster of Paris is CaSO4 half H2O. When plaster of Paris contact with the water, we studied around 1.5 molecule of water. If it join, what happen? It becomes CaSO4 2H2O. What is this? Gypsum. Gypsum is the solid one, rigid one. So, why the setting off? Why plaster of Paris is getting setted and why they are getting solid? Because of adding of water. That is what we call hydration, right? It's called what? Hydration. So, plaster of Paris normally a powder form. When it is contact with the water, when you add water to that one, it becomes the solid. That is called gypsum. So, that is called hydration. Which salt is a neutral salt? We studied that there are different types of salts are there. Acidic salt, basic salt and neutral salt. What is an acidic salt? Let me revise all of you. Acidic salt mean it is combined, it is formed by the combination of a strong acid and a weak base. Whereas a basic salt is formed by the combination of a strong base and weak acid. Whereas the neutral one, neutral salts are formed by the combination of, yes, very good, hope you students already said that, strong acid and strong base. If it combine, we will get neutral salts. See dear all, ammonium chloride. See, salts are formed by the combination of an acid and base. Ammonium chloride, my dear student, ammonium chloride is formed by the combination of which all? You know, ammonium, from where you will get ammonium, ammonium hydroxide. Plus, from where you will get Cl, from the acid HCl. So, you know, ammonium hydroxide is a weak base, HCl is a strong acid. So, strong acid and weak base mean it will be overall acidic, right? Overall acidic. They are asking which is neutral. What about this one? CH3COO. It is getting from CH3COOH. What is this? Acetic acid or ethanoic acid. You know, it's a weak acid. Plus, from where you will get ammonium? From ammonium hydroxide, it is a weak base. No. And this also can form a neutral one. Yes, it also can form a neutral one. Weak acid and weak base, right? That's also chance is there. And what about this case? CH3COOH plus Na is getting from where? NaOH. You know, this is a weak acid and a strong base. So strong base and weak acid mean it will be overall what? Basic in nature. And last one, NaCl. See, NaCl, if you consider Na getting from where? NaOH, and Cl is getting from where? HCl. NaOH is a strong base, HCl is a strong acid. Yes, it can give what? Strong base, strong acid. If we join, what we get? We will get a neutral one. Yes, so there are, even this also there is a chance. So let me go for the correct answer, that is option D. Strong acid and strong base leads to what? Neutral one. Basically weak acid and weak bases also can give. So actually two options one comes here. So in order to avoid the confusion, let me give this one as another salt. For example, magnesium carbonate and all. Okay, magnesium carbonate and all. I'm just cutting this option. Please write MgCO3. What about MgCO3, my dear? MgCO3 is formed from, okay, MgCO3 is formed from magnesium hydroxide plus CO3 is getting from the acid H2CO3, carbonic acid. Magnesium hydroxide is a strong base, whereas carbonic acid is a weak acid. So overall it becomes strong base, right? Which means basic one. Basic one. So in order to avoid the confusion, that B option just I am making into MgCO3. So our answer is NaCl, that's giving strong base, strong acid will give you a neutral salt. Next question. If the pH of the solution is 13, it means that it is, pH starting 0, this is the 0 and this one total 14. 7 is the neutral one, below 7 acidic, more than 7 basic, correct? So it's a 13, it's 13. 13 means what? More than 7. So definitely it is basic. Whether it weak base or strong base, my dear. See 7 and here it is 14. So this is neutral, right? 7 means neutral and here basicity increases and here is the strong bases. So 13 means what? It's almost close to 14. There is strong bases. So we can go with what? Strong basic one. 13 means strong basic. Suppose it is 8. Suppose it is 8 means it is just after neutral. So it is weak basic. Clear? Next question. Sodium carbonate react with a hydrochloric acid to produce what? Sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. Sodium carbonate react with a hydrochloric acid. Dear all, which reaction? Acid when react with the metal carbonate. Acid when react with the metal carbonate, we will get salt, water and carbon dioxide. What is a salt? You will get NaCl, NaCl plus carbon dioxide and water. So 2 Na2, so 2 NaCl. So my dear student, salt, when a acid react with the metal carbonate, we will get salt, water and carbon dioxide. So where it is, yes, NaCl is forming, carbon dioxide is, yes, all of these, right? All of these are forming. So the reactions are very important to know, my dear student. Question number 10. Which of the following medicine is used for treating indigestion? We said that in our stomach, for the digestion of the food, that which one that produces what? HCl, right? Some amount of HCl is producing for digestion, right? So if more amount of HCl produced mean it is harmful for our body and especially indigestion and all will happen. So acidity, how we can reduce? By adding base. Acidity, how can we reduce? By adding what? Base. So which is a basic one here that we said antacid. Antacid mean against acid. In order to reduce acidity, what we are adding? Antacid. One of the example we studied, milk of magnesia. That is called what? Magnesium hydroxide. What is magnesium hydroxide? We also call it as milk of magnesia, which is used as an antacid to reduce the acidity in stomach, right? So antacid is the species. Now, what is the exact chemical formula of POP, plaster of Paris? What is the exact chemical formula? Yes, CaSO4 half H2O, my dear student. So where it is CaSO4 half H2O? Yes, option C. Now, which of the following salts does not contain water of crystallization? I already give you in one of the slide that regarding which all species we have to study for water of crystallization. Which of the following salt does not contain water of crystallization? Can you say, my dear? What is blue vitriol? Nothing but blue vitriol is the copper sulfate 5H2O. That's our blue color one. It's having water of crystallization. What is baking soda? NaHCO3. Yes, it not having water of crystallization. What is washing soda? Na2CO3 10H2O. Yes, it is there. Gypsum is what? CaSO4 2H2O. It's also there. So option B is the correct answer. Next one. Sodium carbonate is a basic salt because it is a salt of. Sodium carbonate. What is sodium carbonate, my dear? Na2CO3. See, sodium carbonate is formed by the combination of which all species, which all acid and base? Sodium. You know, sodium is getting from sodium hydroxide base. You know, sodium hydroxide is a strong base. Whereas carbonate is getting from the acid H2CO3, carbonic acid, it is a weak acid. Yes, strong base when combined with a weak acid, it will overall give you a basic one. So, strong base and a weak acid, yes, option D, my dear. So, sodium carbonate is basic. In order to get a basic salt, what is the combination? Strong base and weak acid should join. So, option D, weak acid and strong base. Now, which of the following gives the correct increasing order of acidic strength? Dear all, water is there. You know, water is neutral one. Basic water is neutral one. And what is acetic acid? Acetic acid is a weak acid and hydrochloric acid is a strong acid. Very clear which is more acidic, my dear. Hydrochloric acid is strong acid. So it is the most. Acetic acid is the weak acid, whereas water is almost neutral. So option A is the correct answer. Hydrochloric acid most. This is strong acid. This is weak acid. It's neutral. Next one, sodium hydrogen carbonate. What is sodium hydrogen carbonate? You know, sodium hydrogen carbonate is NaHCO3. Sodium hydrogen carbonate when mixed with acetic acid. What is acetic acid? CH3COOH. Okay, let them mix it. It evolves a gas. Okay. So, I think let us find the gas first, right? Okay, ready all of you? Dear all, this is an acid. This is an acid and this is a metal bicarbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. We studied that carboxylic acid when react with the metal bicarbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate, it will give you salt, water and carbon dioxide. So what is the salt, my dear student? CH3COONA, then carbon dioxide and also water. Yes, we got it. Which is the gas, my dear student? Carbon dioxide is the gas formed, right? Next question. Which of the following given statement are true about how the gas evolved? See, it changes lime water milky. Is it? Is carbon dioxide turns lime water milky? Yes. You know what is lime water? Calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide when react with the carbon dioxide will get what? Calcium carbonate and water. Yes, because of this calcium carbonate formation, that colorless become a white curdy color, right? White milky color. Yes, option A is fine. Next, it extinguishes a burning splinter. Yes or no? Dear all, carbon dioxide is used as an extinguisher one because you know in presence of oxygen combustion happen. In presence of carbon dioxide what combustion won't happen. Combustion is the one which is used to extinguishes a burning splinter. Yes. It dissolves in a solution of NaOH, sodium hydroxide. They are saying sodium hydroxide can dissolve carbon dioxide. Is it? Have you studied this reaction? Sodium hydroxide when react with the carbon dioxide, what happened? Sodium hydroxide is a base. We studied this reaction. When base react with a non-metallic oxide, you know carbon is a non-metal, so CO2 is a non-metallic oxide. We studied when acid react with the metal carbonate and base react with a non-metallic oxide, means acid when react with a metallic oxide and base when react with the non-metallic oxide, it form two things, salt and water. So what is the salt here? That will combine, it will give you what? Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, along with which one? Water it can form. So sodium hydroxide when combined with the carbon dioxide, what it can form? Sodium carbonate and sodium carbonate, not balancing, sodium carbonate and, okay, 2H2O, right, 2H2O, okay. Not balancing. Okay. So sodium hydroxide when combined with the carbon dioxide, we get sodium carbonate and water. right? So here, yes, it can dissolve it. It can dissolve it. So it dissolve in a solution of sodium hydroxide. That's also. So sodium hydroxide can react with the carbon dioxide. It form this one. So, and what about the last one? It has a pungent smell. Dear all, carbon dioxide is a colorless and odorless gas. So no pungent smell. So 1, 2, 3 are correct. Option B, 1, 2, 3 are the correct answer. Now, the pH of the gastric juices released during digestion is. Dear all, you know, for digestion, the gastric juice, you know, it contains hydrochloric acid, HCl, right? You know, it's acidic one. So, acidic meaning what? Their pH is what? Less than 7. Acidic mean pH is less than 7. Now, which one of the following can be used as an acid-base indicator by visually impaired student? So visually that if they are not able to watch it means which of the following can be used as an acid-base indicator? Without vision means only the possibility is what? Odor, right? Odor. The one which is getting by odor, what is that acid-base indicator we called? Olfactory indicator. Olfactory indicator. Which one, my dear student? Litmus, no. Turmeric, no. These all are color-based one. And methyl orange also color-based one. Only vanilla essence. You know that olfactory indicator, how it work on acid and base? In acid, that color will be there, and which one, that difference you may study, right? Olfactory indicators, how they behave in acid and base, where it lose, where it remain and all, you study. Next one, which of the following is acidic? Which of the following is acidic? They are all lime juice. Lime juice which contain what? Citric acid, right? Citric acid is acidic. Citric acid is what? Acidic. Human blood is slightly basic, okay? Slightly basic one. Human blood is slightly basic one. Slightly basic one. You may study 7 to 7.8 is the human pH, human body pH. And lime water is what? Calcium hydroxide. It's clearly basic one. And antacid mean what? They are against acid. They are actually basic. For example, antacid, what we studied, milk of magnesia, that's also basic. So, which of the following is acidic? Let's go with option A. Which of the following is used to dissolve gold? It's a very simple question and it's a common question. They're all the gold, you know, gold, Au, platinum. These are very precious one and costly metals, right? These metals can dissolve in a solution that is called aqua regia. So aqua regia is a solution which can dissolve these kind of costly metals like gold and platinum. What is aqua regia mean? 3:1 ratio of a solution of HCl and nitric acid. Concentrated HCl and concentrated nitric acid. 3 HCl, 1 HNO3. So aqua regia is a solution. It's a combination of what? 3:1 ratio of hydrochloric acid and nitric acid which can dissolve these metals. And identify the correct representation of the reaction occurring during the chlor-alkali process. Dear all, what is chlor-alkali process? We will take brine solution first. What is brine solution? NaCl, right? Aqueous sodium chloride solution, what we call brine solution, to which if you add water in liquid form, when you pass electricity, you know that cathode, anode is there, chlorine and hydrogen gas along with the NaOH will produce. What is the product, all of you? Sodium hydroxide form, chlorine gas can form. This is in aqueous state, and even hydrogen gas also can form. This is what happening in chlor-alkali process. Why chlor-alkali process the name? Because the product is an alkali and chlorine is forming, right? So where is this reaction, my student? NaCl. So while balancing, you can able to say here 2 chlorine, so here 2 NaCl, and then here 1 H2O, here 1 H, so 2 Na, 2 H2O. Yes. So where it is, all of you? That is option C. 2 NaCl aqueous plus 2 H2O liquid gives 2 NaOH aqueous plus chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. Yes, this is the chlor-alkali process. Next, which one of the following is acidic in nature? Which of the following is acidic? My dear, lemon juice contain what? Citric acid. Tomatoes contain what? Oxalic acid. Milk contain what? Lactic acid. And what about that? All of them. Yes, all of them contain which one? All of them contain acidic one. Next, Which one of the following will turn red litmus to blue? You know, red to blue mean it should be basic. Blue to red is acidic. So red to blue, which is basic one, that's a question. You know, vinegar, it is acetic acid, it's acidic. Lemon juice contains citric acid, acidic. Soft drinks contain carbonic, that is also acidic one. Carbonic acids are there, this is acidic. Baking soda, we discussed clearly, baking soda is basic in nature, right? And methyl orange is, do you remember what is the color change we studied in methyl orange? Methyl orange basically convert acid into a red color, almost a pink color we can say, pink or reddish color. Whereas basic medium methyl orange will give you what? Yellow color. So question, methyl orange is pink in acidic medium, yellow in basic medium. Pink or almost a red color, pinkish red color. So, and you know, phenolphthalein color change also, you know, acidic medium no color change, colorless, whereas basic medium it will give you a pink color, right? Next one, lime water is, what is lime water, or it's also called what? Slaked lime. Lime water or slaked lime is what? Calcium hydroxide. What is calcium oxide is called here all? Quicklime, right? Calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is called what? Quicklime. Calcium carbonate, what we call, my dear? Limestone. Limestone, which is used in which one? Marble sand rock, right? Marble sand rock. Next, the nature of calcium phosphate. What is calcium phosphate? You know calcium charge is 2 plus, phosphate charge is PO4 3 minus. So how it form the calcium phosphate? Ca3 PO4 twice. Where is calcium phosphate? In our teeth. The nature of calcium phosphate is present in tooth enamel is. Tooth enamel is made up of what? Calcium phosphate. You know, calcium phosphate in which the in between the teeth, the food items when trapped, you know, bacteria generated, they will produce acid that will contaminate, that will damage our teeth, right? So the nature of calcium phosphate is present in tooth enamel is. You know, they are tooth enamel, that's in even though I will give you some other examples also to say that one, just to wait for that one. So here they are asking calcium phosphate is present in tooth enamel is. You know, they form that form acidic one. So calcium phosphate is formed by the combination of calcium hydroxide. It is formed by the combination of what? Calcium hydroxide and a acid is called H3PO4 called phosphoric acid. Called what? Phosphoric acid. So calcium phosphate is the one chemical which is present in our teeth enamel, where it's made up of, calcium phosphate is a salt which is made up of what? Calcium hydroxide. You know, calcium hydroxide is a strong base, whereas phosphoric acid is a weak acid. So strong base and weak acid, if it combine, what you will get, my dear? The salt will be what? Basic in nature. Yes, let's go with what? Option A. Next one. The difference of molecules of water in gypsum and plaster of Paris is, you know, gypsum is calcium sulfate 2H2O, whereas plaster of Paris is calcium sulfate half H2O. So the difference is what? 1 end of H2O, that is actually what? 3/2 H2O, right? 3/2 is 1.5, right? Yes. Now the chemical formula of caustic potash, as I told you, caustic soda is sodium hydroxide. Caustic potash is potassium hydroxide, my dear. This is not it. Caustic soda is a common name of sodium hydroxide. Caustic potash is a common name of potassium hydroxide. Okay. Next one. What happens when the solution of an acid is mixed with a solution of a base in a test tube? What happens? Acid mixed with a base. We studied that acids when combined with a base, we will get salt plus water. And this reaction we call it as what? Neutralization reaction. Neutralization. Right. So which all options we can take it, all of you? Acid plus base, when you combine, temperature of the solution increases. Is it? Yes. Please note, all of you, neutralization reaction is basically exothermic reaction. When acid combined with the base, of course, what that heat liberated, that is an exothermic reaction. So temperature increases. And the temperature of the solution decreases. Temperature of the solution remains same. Salt formation takes place. Yes, salt is forming. So 1 and 4 are correct. 1 and 4 are correct. So option D is the correct answer. If 10 ml of H2SO4, they are taking 10 ml of H2SO4 is mixed with 10 ml of magnesium hydroxide, milk of magnesia, of the same concentration, the resultant solution will give the following color with a universal indicator. That is our pH paper. Which one? Dear all, H2SO4, sulfuric acid is a strong acid, magnesium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, these all are what? Strong base. Strong acid, strong base will give you what? Neutral salt, right? Neutral salt. Neutral salt. Do you remember what is the color of the pH paper in neutral? That is green color, my dear student. Option C is the correct answer. Next one, baking soda is a mixture of. We know baking soda is what? Sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. Traces of tartaric acid is also there. You know one which is getting from turmeric. So sodium hydrogen carbonate and tartaric acid is the exact combination of what? Baking soda. Now, which of the following phenomena occur when a small amount of acid added to water? What happened acid to water, dear all? Let me give you one example. HCl is the acid. What happened if you add with the water? We know HCl will give you what? H plus and Cl minus in water. So H plus Cl minus, H plus is unstable. So H plus combined with H2O, you will get H3O plus and what? Cl minus. What do you call for H3O plus? Hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. Yes or no, my dear? So acid when react with the water, it will give you hydronium ion and the anion. H3O plus and Cl minus. So question, which of the following phenomena occur? Okay. Is it ionization? Is it ionization? Yes, of course. In water molecule, they make it their what? Ions, right? When acid you dissolve in water, acid produce what? Ions. They can conduct electricity. So yes, ionization. Is it neutralization? No. Neutralization means acid and base. Dilution. Is it dilution? Yes, we are adding water, right? To add, HCl is a concentrated acid. If you add water, mean you are diluting. Yes. And salt formation. No salt formation, only ions are forming. So 1 and 3 are possible. 1 and 3, yes, let's go with the A, C, B, D is given. It's B, okay? B, A, 1 and 3 are correct. Now, plaster of Paris is made from where we are getting plaster of Paris? From gypsum. What is gypsum? Calcium sulfate 2H2O. When it is heated around 373 Kelvin, gypsum when heated, from which 1.5 water molecule go out, you will get calcium sulfate half H2O plus 1.5 H2O. This is our plaster of Paris. So plaster of Paris is preparing from gypsum. Now, lime water react with the chlorine to give. What is lime water, my dear? Calcium hydroxide. Lime water when react with the chlorine gas. Hope you studied. This is a preparation of one of the important salt. Calcium hydroxide when react with the chlorine, you will get calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2. That is called bleaching powder, right? What is that? What is that? Bleaching powder along with the water. So calcium hydroxide when react with the chlorine, you can prepare calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2, called a bleaching powder. Now, nettle sting is a natural source of which acid? We discussed some animals for their self-protection, they inject some acid, right? Which acid is injected by nettle and ant and all? These all are what? Methanoic acid. It's also called a what? Formic acid. Methanoic acid or formic acid. Formula HCOOH. Only one carbon contain acid, that is methanoic acid. It's also called a formic acid. Now, what is the pH range of our body? We studied in class, our pH range of our body is what? 7 to 7.8. 7 to 7.8. Which acid is present in lemon? Very simple question. Tell me, my dear student, which is the acid which is present in a lemon? That is what? Citric acid, right? That is citric acid. And lactic acid is not there. Oxalic acid in tomato, tartaric acid in tamarind. Now, washing soda. What is washing soda? Na2CO3. Washing soda uses for which of the following purpose? It's compulsory to know each salt and their application and preparation. Here they are asking what is the application of sodium carbonate. It's used in glass, soap and paper industry. Yes, we studied. Used as a cleaning agent. Yes. It removing permanent hardness of water. Yes, all of these. All of the purpose we can use sodium carbonate. Our stomach produces which of the following acid? Our gastric juice, right? Stomach produces which acid for our digestion? That is our hydrochloric acid. That is option A. Not large amount, okay, then will death. So it's small amount. Now, what is the pH of acid rain water? Acid rain we studied. Water contained, right? Water, the atmosphere contain acid. This acidic one which combined with the rainwater, it become acidic. What is that? When it is said to be acidic rain? When it is less than 5.6. If the acid rain means their pH value less than 5.6. Now, limestone. What is limestone? Chalk and marble are different forms of limestone, marble. These all are what? Calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, my dear student, CaCO3. Calcium carbonate is the limestone, chalk, marble, these kind of items. What is formed when zinc react with the sodium hydroxide? We studied zinc react with the sodium hydroxide. We studied this reaction in lecture. Metal when react with the base and acid. When metal when react with the base or acid, we studied it forms salt and hydrogen gas. So what is the salt form when zinc combined with the NaOH? We are getting Na2ZnO2 along with what? Hydrogen gas. What is Na2ZnO2 is called sodium zincate. Sodium zincate is the salt. What is that? Where is that? Sodium zincate and hydrogen gas, option B. Sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is produced. Now dear, an aqueous solution turns the red litmus paper to blue. Red to blue mean basic solution. Excess addition of which of the following solution would reverse the change? So already the solution is basic. How you can make it acidic? Which means excess addition of which of the following solution would reverse the change? Blue to red. That means which is acidic? They are asking. Which is acidic? Baking powder? No. Lime, ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide is what, my dear student? NH4OH. It's a weak basic one. There's hydrochloric acid is there. That is the acidic one, right? Simple question. At what temperature is gypsum heated to form plaster of Paris? We study this reaction. Calcium sulfate 2H2O is gypsum when it is heated at 373 Kelvin. Have you seen 373 Kelvin here? No, it is given in degree, right? What is that? 100 degrees Celsius. You know how to convert degree Celsius into Kelvin? Add 273. 100 plus 273 is 373 Kelvin. So 373 Kelvin or 100 degrees Celsius, both are okay. Now, brine is, what is brine solution? Aqueous sodium chloride solution, what we call brine solution. Through brine solution, if you pass electricity, we produced sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. So which one, dear student? Aqueous solution of sodium chloride. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride is called brine. Now, Na2CO3 10H2O is, what is Na2CO3 10H2O is called? Washing soda. That is what? Washing soda, baking soda. What is baking soda, my dear student? Baking soda, NaHCO3 and the bleaching powder, which one? CaOCl2. When a solution of an acid contain large number of H plus ion, it is called. If an acid can give more number of H plus ion in water, what it is said to be? That is called what? Concentrated acid or strong acid, right? So if the acid giving more number of H plus ion in water mean it is what? Strong acid, or normally we can able to say concentrated acid. Now metals like sodium, potassium and calcium react with an acid to liberate what? You know, acid when react with see sodium, potassium, these all are what? Metals, right? We studied the reaction. Acid and base when combined with the metal, we will get what? Salt plus hydrogen gas. Salt plus what? Hydrogen gas. That is option D. Which of the following is a weak acid? Tell me all which is a weak acid. See, sulfuric acid, you know, strong acid. Which all are strong acid? Sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, these all are strong. Which all are weak acid, my dear? Weak acids are acetic acid, CH3COOH, carbonic acid, H2CO3. These are weak acid. Which all are strong bases, my dear? Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide. These all are what? These all are what? Strong bases. Which all are weak bases, my dear? That is ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. So hydrochloric acid, it's a strong acid. Acetic acid is a weak acid. Nitric acid is a strong acid. What they're asking? Which is a weak acid? Yes, let's go with option C. And which substance is used to purify water? Can you say, my dear student? Which substance is used to purify water? Ammonium chloride, whether it is ammonium chloride or copper sulfate, CuSO4, or chlorine gas, or none of these. Where we studied, any idea can you connect? Yes, I will go with option C, chlorine gas. Do you remember the chlor-alkali process we studied? In the chlor-alkali process, chlorine gas is generated, hydrogen gas is generated, and NaOH is generated. Here clearly I given you what is the use of chlorine, hydrogen, NaOH. Please see the lecture, all of you. Where chlorine is given to purify water, we are using option C, chlorine. So hope you clear these type of question, this type of MCQ. So from this MCQ area, you may understand that which all things I want to focus more, I want to study more, right? So formulas and all, please study. Basic equation, acid react with this, what happened? Base react with this, what happened? pH color changes, study all of you. Each indicator color change, please note all of you. And the gypsum, plaster of Paris, baking soda, washing soda, limestone, quicklime, these all general formula, their preparation, their uses, all are important. So let's, I think the MCQ session, that's making your concepts, that means the formulas and all, hope you revised very well. Dear all, thank you and see you again in the next lecture.